What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear here, Rare Drop Roleplay, Meteorian Core, Episode 10, the After Show. Pushed it to the limit. It's all fun and games until the Great Escape. We had a lot of great RP down in the bilge of this ship. Getting ready to finally get to Baldur's Gate. You guys put together a plan to make it look like an unholy demon. Had wrecked the ship, created a bloody pentagram that Toff and Nelson implemented. Zanryn and Jacob making the scene look a mess without causing a huge storm. But alas, a nat 20 on the exit plan while you were invisible, Jacob, and everyone inside the locket. You run into Big Steve, and shit begins.
Yep, and that one was unfortunate. It was not great timing for that. It happens, but, you know, never good timing.
Doesn't happen too often to you.
No, not too often, but, you know, it happens.
True.
That's the way it goes.
True. Currently, we have a situation now on the table where we've gone from drunk and jovial to fighting our former bar friends right now. Zanryn, your lover boy is now in manacles on the deck. To whoever is on the outside, you don't know them personally yet, but there are guild members on the outside which have now boarded and cuffed him because there is obviously other contraband in the bilge of this ship and not just lumber. Got a good plan. You did the tomb. You were able to take a lot of XP from maces getting swung at you.
Yeah, I mean, the tomb was really just, like, you know, the only means I had to get out of that restrain. You know, to get the hands off me to be able to do other stuff. Whatever that was, so I think that was the only option I had aside from just straight up trying to Misty Step on my turn. You know, I guess I could have just straight Misty Stepped, but you know, I felt like it was probably a better situation to get their hands off me and back them up a little bit.
Hey, I'll be honest. I thought the fireball was coming. Did it cross your mind?
I mean. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of did to fireball the whole ship and myself, but you know, that's a lot of damage. I guess I'm resistant to it. Probably would have been the better way to go, hindsight. But yeah, you know, I wanted to do something more interesting. Just felt like I felt like trying to get out, fly away, and then leave either a shadow spawn or a demon on the ship after I was away would be a lot more fun sounding.
True. And you conjured Tanaruk. Tanaruk is there. Does Tanaruk stay?
Yes.
So, unhinged. Now you actually have the demon, though. This is interesting.
Yeah, I believe it stays. Hold on. Let me just double check this.
Remember this. He's in his elemental genasi form with wings, and he hits and now is laying there as a burnt man. And there is a demon on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So the plot here has actually raveled into a place where it is pretty consistent with what they thought was going on and can kind of been played off one way or another.
Particularly the as for my understanding of the Summon the Greater Demon, it's basically, because I have to roll anyways to see if I can maintain control of the demon where it goes. It will disappear. It doesn't disappear for 1d6 rounds if it still has points. Is how, if I lose control of it. So obviously that's up to your discretion at this point, because now it's just a greater demon on the deck of a ship.
Dude, this thing's gonna go ape shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's been waiting.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. What'd you say?
What happens with the locket?
Oh, with the locket. So here I was reading that too. If I die, you are expelled from the locket. So as I fall to the ground,
Fire suddenly.
as I fall to the ground and hit the deck, you all get thrown out of the locket onto the deck of the ship.
Boy. So next week is going to be exciting. We're going to immediately jump into combat that might not have been necessary.
I thought, but I thought this would be when I was thinking about this. You were like, oh, let me set up this encounter, right? And it's all these guys against me, and I was just thinking, well, it's like a reverse encounter where it's like usually us fighting a boss, but it's like all these other guys fighting me. And so then I was like, oh, well, I'm definitely gonna like summon the greater demon so that I can actually make a boss fight. So I was like, I'll craft the boss fight this time.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
When if it hadn't been a crit on the last one, I would have had 1 HP left and I could have summoned the demon and flown away. But
hey, I want to give you the authentic experience. If you can get away, you can get away, and you almost did it.
Yeah,
you were so close
by a few HP there. So, but yeah, so I had that plan kind of as I was gonna fly away, but I just I decided to keep it with strength before death. I could have used a divine intervention or something else, but decided to go with the strength before death.
You rolled out of divine word as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. my charisma save's a +9, so
yeah. They got no idea. They just point at that demon, that spawn of the 3.
Yeah.
This is a big deal inside Baldur's Gate. Huge deal. Huge demon problem.
Flaming dudes in the sky not really taken kindly to in the city. I get that.
But
not with the devil of Baldur's Gate running around.
What's great about all this though is that you've literally recreated the scene where it looks like all this happened and not subterfuge. So like you guys are gonna be like, oh, you've come back, but like you lack the context of what is going on, and there's gonna be a lot of who's on first.
Right.
When this explodes.
It's gonna be a lot to take immediately and then get into combat.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, these guys aren't friends of our friends.
Can we really say we're their friends anymore?
I
definitely can't. I don't know.
Byf with the callback when he sees my giant early on. He's like, there's a giant somewhere. Accidentally didn't have them unselected on the other screen when I was making sure. So yeah, this is
ask, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna I think I'm keeping that to myself. If no one else has noticed it, I'm keeping that to myself and just living in fear. It's the way we play this one.
So now we have members of the guild that have boarded the vessel, trying to figure out what this lumber ship, what kind of bullshit it's trying to pull. You won't be directly in combat. That's the wild thing, is you're gonna go into like this wild negotiation of what the hell's going on before more hell breaks loose.
I feel like it's just immediately gonna be fight with Tanaruk at that point, right?
Oh, I forgot. Tanaruk is the one.
Yeah,
right.
But it's attacking everyone. Like it doesn't care.
Right.
Didn't you make a deal with your greater demon?
No. If I know its name, I can summon it, and then at the
but you made a deal with it.
We're gonna have to go back and watch that. You did say it could like.
Yeah. It was whenever I died, but I was brought back, and you were like, okay.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do anything, and then.
No, that was with my patron, not the demon.
Then your patron, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
that was that.
I'll have to go back for the interactions with Tanaruk in The Man with the Diamond Eyes to see if
I lost control of him in The Man with the Diamond Eyes because he made his charisma save at the end of his turn. He gets to make one at the end of each round, and if he makes it, then he's on the loose for 1d6 rounds.
I remember he nearly murdered me the moment that I'd spawned in.
Could your
It was
patron save you?
Could my patron save me? I mean, yeah, I didn't use my divine intervention, so
Yeah, he has a divine intervention.
And you made the deal with your patron.
Me, I know he's far from just being dead at this point.
Plot armor.
Oh, look at all the options that are on the table. It's not as dire of a situation. He's still dead. He's not just like, oh, just toss a heal. He's still got to be revived. But like now you have this whole like he's possessed and here's the demon that's out now, and like the whole heresy of the matter that's gonna go down in the worship of the three, because we did make a pentagram in.
Are you going to use that against us?
100%.
I didn't do anything.
Look, listen, I'm just a poor, innocent singer, songwriter, performer who has been caught up in
You were
all
the
of
villain of this story.
They don't know that. It's okay.
Oh my god, yeah. So the big three are Bane, Ball, and Mercule inside of Baldur's Gate that have constantly they're called the Dark Paragon of hate, fear, and tyranny for a reason. And they have caused destruction in this city enough. They've ripped, even a couple hundred years ago, they ripped a huge vein through the city and poured all of hell out. They actually sucked the city down next to it about 15, 20 years ago and actually pulled it down to hell in Escape from Avernus and brought it back. But you did bring Zariel, the fallen angel, back with it, so there was a nice exchange. But yeah, this is a city that has a hell problem. It's gonna be your
City that has a hell problem.
this is got a hell problem.
What the fuck is the property value in Baldur's Gate at this point? Like,
as much as you can piss on.
yeah, apparently the bunghole perhaps is a further description of the property value and the nature and changing fluctuation of the I mean, at least it's cheap to live there, I suppose. You got these lovely double wide windows up front, you know, like all of this light coming in, natural light, high ceilings, and a demon problem. That's the reason why the rent is so cheap.
There's really no good place to live in the Forgotten Realms. They all have their issues for sure.
Just little issues. I will say though, y'all almost got a little bit of backstory out of Biddy. Almost. She wasn't drunk enough.
Damn.
And now I'll never know. Thanks.
Man, that sucks.
The question is, are you going to become a zombie before I can revivify you from Nelson?
I sure hope so.
Oh, dude.
I really hope so.
What's funny?
From a zombie? Isn't it similar?
I think Mud actually wants to re-roll the character because he made Jacob for the one shot. It was like,
No, I don't. You know, I like playing the character. It's just, you know, that's the way D&D goes. And if you're gonna have really cool moments of, you know, taking a meteor on the chin, you gotta also be okay with your character dying. That's just it's the other side of the coin, you know what I mean? So it's not a.
That's why I love you, man.
Character or anything. It's just I'm kind of pragmatic about it. You know what I mean? I'd rather gamble the odds and lose than
you were damn close.
It was really entertaining.
Probably the worst odds that you've ever gone against and played them.
That was pretty good. I mean, I used a hero point, reactions, you know, a counter strike, the
whole shebang. He's just, God,
you know, both my warlock spells. I pretty much used everything I had. Now, you know, I could have done the fireball and probably would have gone better for me, but I mean, I still had to
maybe
not because I'm going to take that damage and I still have to get out of the ship and avoid the, you know, divine word and all that other shit too. So
you got a lot of low rolls too. You got the rolls were in your favor until the couple of crits on the end.
Yeah,
and they weren't like it was just attrition. It wasn't like they were. It wasn't like they were powerful. Like it was simple maces getting swung with two hands. That was about it. You know, if they hadn't had pack tactics as a crew,
Oh yeah.
I think you get out.
I would have made it out with probably like 60 HP still.
I don't know if it'd been 60, but you probably would have got out for sure. It'd been difficult. Other than the fact that you guys couldn't do anything, it was an amazing episode, and I was like, oh my god, you put my ass to work so hard. Easily, you owned me so hard on that. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be so much. I couldn't without Foundry. There's no way.
Yeah,
there's not a chance. I'd just be like, we would pick up there next week, and I would have had to organize myself.
Yeah, I think I'm still just amused the whole fact that because of that situation, you brought out all these tokens and stuff, and then I summoned the boss to the fight. It still just kind of amuses me.
The last time you summoned that boss to the fight, I died.
Well, hey, listen, now we're even 2-2, so I feel like it's your turn.
No, we don't need to keep ping ponging.
I've died twice. Now it's your turn.
I will grant I have dodged the fatalities many a time recently, and I feel as though that is starting to get to the point where it's a little ridiculous, and it should maybe be the point at which I take my turn in the dirt.
But I'm attracted to it, I guess, or it attracts to me. Death.
We are one and the same.
Yeah, right. Secretly pity's like a part of hell as well.
I am death.
Here's what I want to know. Whenever you guys get popped out of the locket, it's going to be pure chaos. Do you end up the crew banding together all of a sudden and like try to GTF?
Half that crew's on fire.
Yeah, they're not doing.
They're below too.
They're on fire, but
fucking burning.
But they're gonna see you in a different light and be like, "Oh my god, there was something bad did happen down there," and they're gonna see you in your human form, dead. Like, oh, this was a possession or some shit like that. Like, and now that this demon's running, like, there's a chance that Jacob himself is cleared of any wrongdoing within this.
If the Tanaruk doesn't fit, you must have quit.
And on that note, it will get no better. We'll see you next week. Much love, everyone. Take care.